Atamaria, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Vladimir Putin's move to mobilise military reservists could be his ultimate downfall. Hundreds of people have been arrested in rallies across Russia against the president's move to call up 300,000 reservists to fight in Ukraine. Waikato University Professor of Law Al Gillespie says until now the general population hasn't been involved in the war, but he says this latest move is one step away from conscription.
So far, most Russians have been isolated from the war, but as he starts to take their sons and daughters, he might find a lot more domestic discontent against his rule.
Meanwhile, the war in Ukraine is one of many geopolitical risks weighing on the minds of New Zealand's top bosses. The annual New Zealand Herald Mood of the Boardroom survey has taken views from 90 chief executives and 18 senior directors. It's found optimism in the global economy is at 1.83 out of 5. That's down from 3.15% last year. Business New Zealand Chief Executive Kirk Hope says the war in Ukraine is coming on top of ongoing COVID disruptions and rising tensions between the US and China. He says the geopolitical situation is complex and so it's understandable there's a lot of uncertainty there. New Zealand has been rattled by its biggest earthquake this year, a 5.8 magnitude tremor felt by tens of thousands of people around the country. The quake hit 30 kilometres northeast of French Pass in Marlborough Sound at a depth of 51 kilometres. More than 44,000 people from the top of the North Island to the bottom of the South reported feeling the shake on GeoNet. The Broadcasting Minister is playing down concerns about the independence of a new Megastate broadcaster. Willie Jackson says plans are on track to merge TVNZ and RNZ into a single entity. A board should be put up and running by the end of the year. Jackson says the independence of the new outlet has been a point of discussion.
Te Māngai Pāhua New Zealand on air are set up like how this entity is going to be. I just reject any talk or criticism that would try and restrict the independence of any entities.
And the tourism sector has begun its long, slow recovery. Latest data from Tourism New Zealand shows visitor numbers have now reached about 40% of pre-pandemic levels. There have been 441,000 arrivals since the start of April. That includes 128,000 people here on holiday, more than 200,000 people visiting friends and family, and 43,000 business travellers. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more stories and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.